Ladies and gentlemen, here to answer the question that we've all been wondering over the past few days. What's new with the Perico heist and how does it work now? With a massive thank you to Test2 for digging up all this stuff through the code, we now have the answer. So as per usual, check the link in the description, drop him a follow on Twitter, and send him I said thanks, because the dude honestly does a lot of great things for the GTA community and it often goes unnoticed. So what I'm about to tell you is all pulled directly from the in-game code. No thumb-sucking here, just cold hard facts. Here we go. First, we're going to be talking about the changes that they have done to the primary targets. Rockstar has changed the Perico heist in such a way where you will not be able to constantly repeat the Perico heist and get the same type of loot. The chances of you getting higher tier loot in the 72 hours after you've done a Perico heist will be reduced. To put this into numbers that might be easier to understand, allow me to elaborate. If you have not done a Perico heist in the last 72 real-life hours, you will have a 0% chance of getting a tequila bottle, a 40% of a ruby necklace, a 40% chance of bearer bonds, and a 20% of a pink diamond. After you complete a Perico heist finale, there will be 72 hours where you will have a reduced chance at the higher tier loot. The numbers work as follows. You will have a 60% chance at getting tequila bottle, 15% for the ruby necklace and bearer bonds, and 10% chance of getting the pink diamonds. If you want to go back to the original chances of the higher tier loot, so the 40% for the ruby necklace for example, you have to wait 72 real-time hours and not start a new Perico heist in that time period. To explain this further, let's say you start a Perico heist on Monday, on Tuesday, and on Wednesday. From Wednesday onwards, you will have to wait 72 hours to start your new Perico heist if you want to have the increased chances for that higher tier loot. And while on paper this sounds terrible, please do hear me out, because Rockstar has also made some changes to the way that secondary targets work, and actually this goes very well hand in hand with the change that they have made to the primary target, and ironically enough, ends up actually earning you more on a per heist basis. Hear me out. The way that the secondary targets have been changed is the following. If you are within that 72-hour period where you will have a reduced chance of getting pink diamonds and stuff like that, you will get a bonus of 20% if your target is the tequila bottle, 10% if your target is the ruby necklace, and 5% if your primary target is the bearer bonds. And for the pink diamond, Madrazo files, and panther statue, there are no increases for your secondary targets. Now to put this in cold hard numbers, this comes down to the following. In a worst case scenario where you're playing a normal mode heist with a tequila bottle, nothing but cash as secondary loot, and the save being $75,000 and also having done the elite challenge, you will still walk away with about $1.26 million. The best case scenario with the tequila bottle would be $1.4 million. And while I show you the other numbers for the best and worst case scenarios, as well as what you're looking at to get for the secondary loot with a full bag, let me touch quickly on how you can acquire hard mode. To acquire hard mode, you do the same thing as you did before. You complete the heist, you wait for the cooldown to finish, and then you have about an hour to start another Perico heist in order to acquire hard mode. Same as it worked before, very simple, very easy. So in conclusion, realistically speaking, the Perico heist in terms of payout really has gotten a buff, primarily because of the secondary loot. There is definitely some more money to be made here, just a little less frequent. It is a question whether or not you want to start playing this with friends rather than all by yourself, considering that on a per hour basis, you'll probably end up making more money rather than just doing this by yourself, considering the fact that for a 2-player or more cooldown, there's only 48 minutes to wait, whereas with the solo practice, you're gonna have to wait 2.5 hours. Having said this, even if you are a solo player only doing this once or twice a day, you're still walking away with about $1.2 or $1.3 million in a worst case scenario. So there's still a lot of money to be made with the Cayo Perico heist. Even if you were to only do one heist per day for the next 6 months until the next DLC comes out, you'll still have plenty of money. I feel that a lot of people are taking this nerf way more serious than it actually is. Sure, the cooldown could definitely be something that has to be looked into, but in the grand scheme of things, this nerf could have been a whole lot worse. They could have touched the payouts, but instead they decided to slap a cooldown on it for the solo players and then increase the payout for those people who still want to play a Cayo Perico heist here and there and still earn what literally is the easiest $1 million you'll make in this game. But with all that said and all that done, there is all your facts that you need to know about the new version of the Cayo Perico heist. If you found it useful or enjoyed it, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe for more, and if you really like what you see on the channel, make sure to become a member, like Chloe, Robert, and KFC Chicken. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.